pushed my grandpa down the stairs and called it an accident, so I made every stair in his life a death trap. My grandpa was the kind of guy who could fix a toaster, charm your grandma, and beat you at chess, all at the same time. He smelled like peppermint and motor oil, always carried loose change for vending machines, and never said no to helping a neighbor move, even if his spine had the structural integrity of a wet spaghetti noodle. Enter Brad, aka the human equivalent of a slippery floor sign you ignore and then regret. Brad was my mom's new boyfriend. His entire personality was gym membership, and thinks he's funny, but isn't. One day, Brad offered to help Grandpa down the stairs after dinner. Next thing we know, Grandpa's lying at the bottom like a dropped bag of bones. Broken ribs, shattered hip, collarbone snapped like a pretzel stick. Brad stood at the top of the stairs with that fake shocked face people make when they're caught farting in an elevator. He tripped, Brad said. Total accident, right? Just like my accidental middle finger at his funeral, except that one's still loading. I knew Brad did it. Grandpa didn't just trip. The man climbed roofs for fun at age 79. The only thing he ever tripped over was my dumb teenage ego, but nobody believed me. Not the cops, not mom, not even Grandpa. He just smiled through morphine and said, maybe I'm finally getting old. Brad made you old, so I made it my job to return the favor, one step at a time, literally. It started small. Brad had these dramatic modern stairs in his condo, like some knockoff Bond villain. I loosened one screw on the railing every time I visited, just one. After 3 weeks, the railing gave out, and Brad fell face first into his aloe vera plant. I think the railing's loose, he said. Wow, maybe your weight's finally catching up with your ego, I replied, but I wasn't done. At his gym, I buttered the steps of the squat rack. Nothing lethal, just humiliating. He slipped in front of a girl doing deadlifts and cracked his shin. Started wearing a brace and limping like he was starring in a drama no one asked for. Still not enough. Next up, his vacation cabin. I swapped his staircase carpet with one that had less grip than a politician's promise. Result? He fell. Broke his wrist this time. I made every step in his life a trap. I was like an architect of pain, except I worked in creaky wood and gravity. He started using a cane, then a walker. He became paranoid around stairs. Checked everyone twice. I watched him do it while sipping tea like a Bond villain with a foot fetish. But the masterpiece? He finally caved and asked for a wheelchair ramp at his house. Admitted stairs weren't safe. Big moment. Proud of him, honestly. I showed up to help install it. I even brought coffee and donuts like a good little demon. But while he wasn't looking, I adjusted the ramp angle just enough so the chair would roll if someone lost control. Then, 2 days later, I offered to push him around the block. I hate feeling helpless, he muttered. Don't worry, I smiled. I'm happy to push. We reached the top of the curb ramp. He looked down, nervous. Is this safe? He asked. I shrugged. You tell me. Then I let go. The wheelchair sped down the ramp like karma with wheels. He hit the street, tipped, rolled twice, and landed in a dramatic pile of limbs and crushed ego. Broke his shoulder and 2 fingers. He screamed like someone who finally realized the world hates him back. When the ambulance came, they asked what happened. I said, gravity's a bitch, huh? That was the last time Brad ever walked. Not just because of the damage, but because of the fear. He started refusing to stand, wouldn't even leave his house. Developed something called climacophobia, the fear of stairs. Now he lives on one floor, trapped, because every time he looks at a stair, he hears the whisper of bones cracking. And me? I visit Grandpa every week. We play chess. He asks about Brad sometimes. Still doing okay? I nod. He's got everything he deserves. Grandpa smiles. Good. He always walked like he needed a lesson. And I think about Brad, curled up in his wheelchair, refusing to go outside, looking at every staircase like it's death itself. And I smile back. Because I didn't just push Brad down the stairs. I made every step he takes a reason to pray.